y'all, don't go nowhere. Keep watching my girl EJ, the TV Junky, for all things family business, and Sonia Duncan. I love you. Thank you so much, EJ. Love you.
Hey, it's Dylan Weber. I play Nevada on Family Business. Shout out to my girl EJ, the TV Junky. She's the #1 source for family business.
What's going on? Thank you for the love and support. You are the #1 source for the family business, for online support, knowing about what we do. You all up in our business. But is Junior really that bad? Yeah. Thank you. Setting him up.
Yo, what's up? This Ben Stevens. Make sure to make sure you tune in to EJ's YouTube page for all things family business.
We love you, man.
What's up, y'all? It's Aaron Foster, aka Real Duncan on the family business. I'm watching EJ TV The Junky, the #1 hot source for family business. Say live.
Hey, just wanted to say thank you to you, all the things you've done for us in the show. We truly appreciate you. Hope to see you soon. Take care.
Hey, Carl Clayard, also known as Brother Minister of the Family Business, and you're watching EJ, the TV Junky, on YouTube or Instagram, wherever you are. I love what y'all are doing. Keep on doing it.
Ooh, Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. I can't even, y'all. What is up, everybody? What is up? It's your girl EJ, back with the finale for the family business, y'all. Y'all already know. We just gonna jump right into it because it was so much stuff going on. And when I tell y'all I am so highly frustrated right now, I am just so frustrated because some of my predictions just did not come to fruition. Like, Junior really is doing the absolute most, y'all. Like, I really thought that we would have a resolution. I thought that maybe they would take the time to go ahead and try to tell Junior what they needed him to hear, but I get it. Maybe it just wasn't the right time, and maybe he wasn't going to be receptive to hearing it. Y'all, I don't know. I'm just so over Junior right now. Anyway, y'all, turns out that Rasco does indeed save the fellas, and of course, you know, he had 100,000 reasons why he was going to save them, but the senator is like, look, Billy Bob and them, y'all can go after them. I got $20,000 on both of them, you know, so the senator wants them gone. Like, I have never seen how people do no police work but automatically assume that someone is guilty when the facts don't even support it. Like, that is just so crazy to me. So anyway, y'all, Vegas and Orlando are trying to get up out of there because they are basically in the woods. He drops them off. He doesn't take them directly to safety, but he does get them far enough, you know, to where the LC and Katie can get to them. So anyway, we're going to see that Ancaretto and Rio are going to make it back. They're going to go into the house and she's going to start to tell him the story. Now, our poor boy Rio, y'all, he really thinking he out here just a lone wolf, thinking that he and Paris are not twins anymore and that Margaret is his mom, and then Miss Coretta has to get him together, and she finally tells him, like, no, you're a Duncan just as much as Roman is a Duncan. So now we're really getting to the nitty gritty of what is really going on. Anyway, y'all, meanwhile, Paris is trying to call Rio because she knows that he's upset with her, and she's talking to Curtis, and she's like, I really hope he's not buying what this Margaret lady is talking about. And Curtis assures her, like, look, I was there on the day that y'all were born. Now Miss Coretta is filling Rio in, and she starts to tell a little bit of the backstory about how his parents were there and how LC was really nervous, as he always is when he's about to have another child. At this point, they've already had 4 children. Of course, they've had Junior, which, you know, is not their biological child, but they have him. And then Chippy has given birth to 3 other children at this point. And then, of course, now she's about to give birth to the twins. We learned that Margaret wanted to have children, but she was just unable to have children. She had just had a stillbirth not long before that, as well as a few miscarriages, and the doctor had told her that she would never be able to have children. So meanwhile, we're gonna get shifted over to Vonnie, who is still after Roman, him and his gang. So anyway, y'all, we're going to see that Billy Bob's trifling self is still out here trying to get at Vegas and Orlando, and they are actually going to do a pretty good job of out there surviving, right? But someone is going to almost get at them. Then we're going to kind of shift to Junior visiting the house, and London just ain't here for the shenanigans, y'all. I was just all here for London because, like, after all this time, now you want to come in and say hi and all that stuff. Meanwhile, I've been calling you and texting you and you ain't saying nothing, and now you want to act like we closed. Like, no. y'all, I got all the smoke for you, Junior. Like, London was on one, and I wasn't really mad at her. And he's all like, I ain't got time for that. I'm trying to find my wife, yada, yada, yada. And she's trying to tell him on the low, like, where she might be. And then he finally figures it out. So, there's that. So anyway, y'all, Elijah is being summoned by LC, and he's also going to find out that Brother Minister has been unalive. Now, Junior is going to find Sonia, and we find out that she couldn't go through with it, that she didn't terminate the pregnancy. Junior's going to tell her that he wants her, and that he wants her and the baby, and he's going to apologize for all the shenanigans that he's done. Now, seriously, I was just like, now, I know, Sonia, I know you're not finna sit up here and forgive him this easily. Like, he done been all at the Hellfire Club doing Lord knows what with all these woes, and here we are just going googly-eyed all over him. Like, gosh. Anyway, y'all. So meanwhile, Chippy and Paris are going to make it to the meeting because, LC's out trying to save his sons and stuff. And Consuela was just like getting on my nerves. Like, Consuela, first of all, you done lived longer than what you were supposed to live. And I just wish Paris could get at you. Like, I really just wanted Paris to get over there and just go ahead and cut your throat because you just stayed doing the absolute most. But anyway, y'all, she was just in there like, if he called the meeting, why isn't he here? Yada, yada, yada. I'm just like, girl, you just got to the table. Like, you literally just now became a part of the table just because you got a bunch of woes out here ear hustling and somehow have made this into a valuable business. And now you just happen to be a valuable piece to the table because of the information that you know. But clearly you've been slipping because we're going to find out some information later that you didn't even put two and two together with. So anyway, y'all. Chippy's gonna tell them, like, look, they tell them about the Dixie Mafia and what LC is doing, and they begin to give Consuela a history lesson on who the Dixie Mafia are. They're, full of senators and government officials and all these things, and she didn't have a clue. So I'm just like, girl, hush, you don't know everything. So anyway, y'all, meanwhile, Junior brings Sonia back to the house, and then he tells her that he wants her to move in with him and Donna and, wants them to be a family and all that stuff. And I'm just like, here we go again. And then she's like, I'm not letting you leave again, Junior, blah, 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 blah. That's all I heard, y'all. I just heard wah, 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 wah. But anyway, he says that he can't do it there, that, he can't do it there with the family. She actually doesn't want to leave, and she wants him to talk to his family. But while she's talking to him, LC is going to walk in, and LC just come in all chill like, hey, Junior, how's it going? And Junior, ain't got time for it. And he don't want to hear nothing he got to say. Like, Junior is just hella disrespectful at this point. Like, at the end of the day, this is still your father, and you're acting like he ain't ish. You acting like he ain't done ish for you, and like he ain't been there for you. Like, Junior is just doing way too much. And at this point, y'all know I don't really like Orlando like that, but I'm with Orlando at this point. I got all of the energy that Orlando has. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. On this episode, me and Orlando was vibing because he had all of the smoke for everybody, and that's how I was feeling this entire episode. So anyway, y'all, we're going to see that Junior's going to say something about him taking them away, about them taking him away from his mother, that they aren't going to take his kid away from him and Sonia. And I'm like, how did we even get here? How do you get this brainwashed by somebody? Does that even make sense that they would take your child from you and Sonia? How we get here, y'all? Like, why are we here right now? I don't understand it. I don't get it. So anyway, he ends up telling Sonia, like, either you with me or you with them. And she just kind of looks at them and says, I love you. And then she walks away. Right now, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like, I get Sonia 100%. I really, really do. But at the same time, Junior would have had to walk his ass out of there by himself because we would have had to court for a little bit longer. I know we married and all, but he gonna have to do more than that to get me back in his good graces. But she just wanted her family back, so I ain't even gonna be mad at it. Meanwhile, Elijah is gonna go tell the table that Brother Minister is gone, and he's gonna tell them about the alliance. And here we go, y'all. Elijah is ready to go. Like, Elijah is ready for some serious action. Elijah says that Junior is the head, and it looks like he wants to go after Junior, y'all, and everyone else that had anything to do with this. So it's like, this is about to get real interesting because we know that there are about to be some serious lines that are going to have to be drawn. And one is like, look, let me talk to LC first. And, before we, they praise Brother Minister about how he doesn't act first and how he thinks about things. So that's kind of what they want Elijah to do. And, meanwhile, they do have to have a funeral that they need to plan for. And because he realizes that, he's like, okay, cool, I'm going to give you that time. So anyway, y'all, Antonio is going to be meeting with none other than the senator, the old sneaky, slimy senator that was just out in Virginia that was trying to, give Vegas and Duncan, trying to cut their heads off and hang them on some ropes and stuff. Meanwhile, y'all, your boy Roman has actually come home. Like, he coming home like ain't nothing out here happening. Like, they don't know where he live. Like, nothing is going on. I'm like, Roman, you don't even have no awareness of what's going on around you. You just walking up, you speaking and stuff to people. You got your keys out like you about to go in the house like it's just another day on the block. I don't understand. Really, what are we doing? So anyway, Vonnie is gonna see him, of course, and he's ready to go let him meet his maker because he still wants his money. When it's all said and done, he even tries to tell him like, look, like I had to use that money for my mom. And Vonnie really didn't care. Vonnie was like, look, I need my whole $250K. And then I was like, that's right. Brandon had the other part of the money. I wonder what Brandon did with his part of the money, because at this point I'm feeling like he should have found that money and got the heck out of Dodge, but ain't no telling what Brandon did with that money. We don't know. So anyway, y'all, Rio to the rescue. Now, I'm not even gonna lie and say that this was like the best way to have them meet up with each other. I knew he was gonna end up saving his life, but for some reason in my head I imagined it in some other type of dramatic situation where like it happens in this like big action thing, like maybe Vonnie is still chasing after Roman, and then Rio somehow, I don't know. I just made up something in my head of the way I wanted to see it. But nevertheless, I mean, Rio is just out here unaliving people in broad daylight, like ain't nobody else looking and like ain't nothing gonna happen. I'm just like, really? Is that what we doing? But okay, I'm not even mad at it at this point. So Roman is like, it's you. And then he's like, yeah. And then he tells him, I'm your brother. And I'm just like, what would I have done if I was Roman and somebody had to just blurted that out like, I'm your brother? In my mind, I feel like they went in the house and talked to Miss Coretta, because that's the only way, if I'm Roman, that I'm believing this story that you out here telling me. Like, this is some weird stuff, right? But we don't really get to see that part, so we're just going to imagine that that's what happened and move on from there. Meanwhile, our girl Paris is at dinner with Bobby the Beast Boyd. Y'all, how come I've been calling him Bobby the Beast Boy all this time when it's Boyd? Y'all, I'm doing the absolute most. My bad. So anyway, she's at dinner with him, and y'all, I can't even make this up because I did not see this coming. I really didn't. She's going to get a call from Nevada and Curtis while Bobby the Beast Boyd is trying to take pictures with the owner, right? And they're going to tell her like, look, we couldn't see who was actually buying the flowers because they're, that the camera view was obstructed, right? But they did get a partial license plate, and it turns out that the car was registered to none other than Bobby the Beast Boyd, and that Bobby the Beast Boyd's father is Willie Monroe, which makes Niles Bobby the Beast Boyd's cousin. I said, now, what in the ham sandwich? This is crazy. Like, the irony that this is his cousin. So we all know that Paris was about that action. And I'm like looking around because I'm like, it's people in the restaurant. Paris done pulled out the blicky, right? She done pulled out the blicky and she called him on his bluff. Not his bluff. She called him out immediately. She don't even waste no time. She just goes straight into it. And he's like, well, the cat's out the bag now. And then he's like, what you gonna do? You gonna shoot me in front of all these people? And that's exactly what she tried to do. But unfortunately, he took the bullets out of the gun like a smart person would do, which I'm pretty sure this is something that Niles probably told him to do because he knows exactly who Paris is and that she would have, tried this. And I'm just like, so you and Rio just out here trying to unalive people right in front of everybody? I mean, but Paris made it clear. She was like, I am Paris MF Duncan. My family got so much money. I'm not worried about that, basically. So I was like, okay, here we go. So anyway, then, the moment that we've all been waiting for happens. Bobby the Beast Boy is like, well, hey, my cousin said that he'll be in touch, right? And then guess who pops up? None other than the cousin. And he says exactly what I said. Like, why didn't you just tell him? Maybe if you had told him, he might have called it off. And she quotes what he actually says, about the jobs. Because remember, he was teaching her about the job, right? About what he does. And he says, but I might have canceled it for you. But we'll never know because she didn't tell him and we don't know what answer he would have gave. So we don't know what really would have happened. I'm inclined to believe that he might have. They both still really care about each other and love each other. You can see that. But it is definitely on and popping now. He just wants her to know that he is out there, he's alive, and that he can get to her or her father. So now we got another target on the back because apparently the hit is still on, right? Because just because Niles was incapacitated for a little while because he had to get himself together, whoever paid him to unalive LC is still out there and probably still wants LC unalive. So the hit is still there is what I would assume, right? Or is it? I don't know, y'all. This is a lot to really think about and consume as we talk about this, because at this point, LC just got stuff coming at him from everywhere. Like it's going to be a lot. Like, I feel like we just added another layer to it in a sense. Like, we knew it was there, but now that we really know that he's still alive, now LC's safety is in danger again. Will he do it? Won't he? I don't know, y'all. It is really a lot to think about. Anyway, y'all, meanwhile, we are back at the dinner table. Chippy has made it home and everybody's at the dinner table trying to have dinner and stuff like that. Nene done cooked this. Aunt Nene done cooked this fried chicken. It's looking good. And everybody's sitting at the table. And she thought that Junior was going to be there because clearly LC must have told her about Junior being there initially. But he wasn't there. And she was like, I thought you would be able to talk some sense into him. And then LC just basically said it like, at this point, he's so angry. It's just like, disrespect. And then Orlando, once again, y'all know I don't agree with him too often, but he's like, it is disrespect. And I just love Vegas' face because Vegas is just sitting up there with this no nonsense, like, what in the world? Like, I bet you Vegas is like, this is what I came home to. I came home to all of this craziness. Like, I could have just been on Cell Block D, just chilling. But all of this, really? But anyway, y'all. So that's when we're going to get Juan and our boy Senior Cruz is going to come in and give them the news that there is a new threat called the Alliance. And then he breaks down who is part of the Alliance. And when he said Donna, Lord have mercy, Chippy head turned so doggone quick. She said, Donna, like that, And then they was like, and they're being led by Junior because Chippy was like, we got to talk to him before he gets pulled into this mess. And Senior Cruz is like, it's too late. And then that's when they're like, Junior is the head. And the way LC jumped up so quick and the way Orlando looked like he is ready to go. Like, it was just a lot going on, y'all. This whole revelation, Vegas is still sitting there like, can you please pass the chicken? Because I don't want to deal with this right now. So anyway, as all of that is kind of playing out, Juan is like, what are you going to do? And he really don't know. And Chippy is just kind of frantic. Like, what are we going to do? Like, nobody knows what to do. I mean, how do you fight your own family, your own flesh and blood, your son? This is crazy. So anyway, as they're getting ready to leave, Rio and Roman are walking in the door. And then LC is like, who is this? And then Rio tells them, like, this is your son. And Orlando is like, I ain't got time for this. Like, what in the world is you talking about? I was like, Orlando, calm your ass down. Sit down. Now, we on the same energy right now, but still, chill just a second. So Anyway, he's like, I swear. And then, because Chippy's like, this a little snot-nosed kid who tried to carjack us. And that's when Orlando had tried to get at him, by the way. So I'm sorry, I jumped ahead a little bit. That's when Orlando had tried to get at him. It was so funny, y'all. I said Orlando been on like 1,000 this whole episode. But anyway, Rio finishes telling the story, and he's like, he tells them about, what happened, and that we get the rest of the flashback. We see that Chippy is, after the babies are born, Elsie goes down with the babies, and she's left there with Margaret, and she gets in this really, really bad pain. She asks for the pain medicine. Margaret tells her that it's probably just afterbirth contractions, and then she gives her the pain medicine, and Chippy kind of just passes out after she has this really, really big pain. And Margaret is trying to make sure she still has a pulse and all that type of stuff. And she does. But when she looks down, she sees another baby, and she feels like this is her miracle baby. Like, because Chippy had just told her, like, look, I don't want to have any more kids. But you know how you say that, because she don't know that she having any more kids. So, of course, she don't want to have no more kids. I mean, she just gave birth to two babies. So anyway, Margaret took that as a sign that this was supposed to be her baby. And that's, pretty much the story of how Margaret stole Roman from them, and how he is indeed a Duncan. And the episode actually kind of is about to get ready to end at this point, and I'm just like, okay, so we definitely not finna get a reaction, because all we see is just their faces looking crazy. And then we go back to the very last scene where we have Junior sitting down at the table, y'all. Now, when he first went back home, y'all, Junior and Sonia both sit at the table, and he tells them, like, he had to go get his wife. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, y'all. Like, I don't know what to think at this point, right? But here's the thing. On the very last scene, I can't tell if Sonia is still sitting at the table. So I don't know if she's there with him in the last scene when he goes on talking about we're going to war, and he's glad and he's welcoming the senator into the fold, into this whole alliance thing. Y'all, I want to stand by my theory that I gave y'all a while ago, but they're making it very hard for me to stand by this theory. Junior is making it very hard for me to have any faith in him at this point because of the way that LC reacted. I don't think my theory has any validity anymore, but it is what it is, y'all. This was the finale episode. This is where the episode ends. So there are definitely a lot of things that we're going to have to talk about on the live. Now, guys, I probably will not be going live tonight because I'm going to be preparing for a big finale, a big postseason finale live party on Friday. So make sure that you guys tune in. We're going to be live for quite a bit of time. We're going to be doing lots of things, talking about the family business and all that type of stuff. So make sure that you tune in. Make sure you turn on your notifications so that you do not miss out on the finale postseason live party, y'all. Anyway, that was it. That was the end of the episode. I thought it was pretty good. I've enjoyed this season. I want to know what you guys thought about this episode. Go ahead and get the conversation started down below. Meanwhile, if you like this video, make sure to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to your girl channel. Turn on your notifications so that you do not miss out on any of my future The Family Business Talks. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Don't wanna be stuck in a spot, cause I don't really like what I got, so I changed it. Bit by bit, it's not ungrateful, just being helpful for me and you. Cause we gotta go our own way, gotta go our own way. Yeah. This was not a good step.